Welcome to another episode of the Closers Club. Today I had the pleasure of interviewing Mark Lucien. Mark is one of my borrowers. He's a personal friend and he's one of my mentees, and he's a real estate investor doing his first new construction project. He shares how he transitioned from partnering on a fix and flip and a couple of other projects to doing his first solo project. And he also discusses 3 out of the 4 levers of wealth creation in real estate. The first lever he talks about is how he found his deal. The second lever he talks about is how he creatively financed the deal. And then the last lever he talks about is his exit strategy on this new construction single family. I hope you guys enjoy this interview with Mark. It was on location, it was on the spot. Before we jump into the video though, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and just spread the word about my podcast, as it really helps support my channel and allows me to continue to share in order to help others grow. Thank you. Now let's get into the conversation. I'm out here with Mark Lucien today, real estate developer. Mark, tell us who you are and where you're from.
Mark Lucien, Lucien Investments LLC, born in Boston, Dorchester, raised in Mattapan.
Excellent, Mark. And how did you get into real estate?
Well, I got into real estate because my brother was in real estate in Florida, and for some reason he thought real estate would be able to give me the lifestyle that I wanted. And then I jumped into it and things started to go great.
Excellent. Did you start off as a real estate developer, a real estate agent, fix and flipper?
Well, I started off as a rental agent, but that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to jump into sales. And at the company I was with at the time, they wanted me to keep doing rentals, so I left them, got with another company who was doing rentals as well, but also sales. And while jumping into sales, I found out about letters and wholesaling, and then I started doing that, got good at that, and then once I started doing wholesaling, I got with a few partners, lost some money, but in one of the partnerships that I was in, I was losing money at the same time as learning about development, so I guess it was a win-lose situation.
Excellent. So today you are a real estate developer, and we're actually here at one of your projects here in Taunton, Massachusetts.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about this project, how you found it, and what it's all about here.
Yes, I found this property, well, it's a piece of land in October of 2022, and things was tough. I was also, going through losses at the time, but something told me to get on the market and see what I could find, and then I found this land where the owner was willing to have me pay him once I was done, but things changed. Long story short, ended up pulling some money out of another investment property and buying this one, and then now we're here.
So what exactly is this property? It's a single family. How many beds, how many baths, and what town is it in? Yes,
this property is a single family, 4 beds, 3.5 baths on the east side of Taunton, new construction, and we're gonna be letting it go for $899 plus with the help of God.
Beautiful, man. What have you learned along the journey, Mark? This is your first solo project. As you said, you were in partnerships before. What have you learned on this one?
I learned on this one, you definitely have to have operating income. You don't want to come into a deal, a flip, or a new development with just what you invested and that's it. You want to have an extra 75 to 100K on the side for emergencies and prepayment of works, just in case the bank is taking a little longer with the wires and whatnot. You could be able to pay for some of these things and keep the job going and have a leg in.
Excellent. What did you pay for this property, Mark?
I paid $135,000 for the land, and right now about $437,000 for the building property.
What would you say is the biggest lesson you learned about construction while doing the project?
Make sure you have a good team, and make sure you are able to backtrace on your team members, on their work and their professionalism, because in this project I got burnt from a plumber for about $9,000 to $13,000, and that's something that I would have been able to know if I would have did more research and history on that plumber versus just going by based off our friend relationship.
Excellent. What motivates you, Mark? Obviously you have some challenges, some struggles on here, but you got a smile on your face. You're out here grinding, you're keeping it going. What's your source of your motivation?
My motivation is my daughter and my parents. My parents came from Haiti, and they always worked hard, always kept 2 jobs, and the motivation that they had to do good and see good out of a bad situation. And with that being said, out of every bad situation that I ran across through this project, it became a learning lesson and a greater situation. And I learned that from my parents.
Love that. What would you say, Mark, to anyone out there who's trying to transition from a wholesaler real estate agent into a developer building a project like this?
Make sure you have a mentor that knows what they're doing. Make sure you do enough research. And like I said, make sure you have a good, decent amount of cash put away, not only for your acquisition, but for backup work, backup emergencies.
Gotcha. And how did you fund or finance the project?
Like I said, I was able to buy a property. I bought my parents' property, and then from there, I pulled a little bit of money out along with savings, and then I was able to buy this land about 90% cash, and then the rest came from hard money.
Anything else you want to add, Mark, before we wrap up to all the folks out there watching who are just thinking about getting into real estate in general?
Yes, if you want to get in real estate, make sure you have the dedication for it, the time for it, and the patience for it, because nothing comes easy, and this is a lot of hard work. The money's lucrative, but the work is harder.
Beautiful, man. I appreciate you, Mark. You know, I definitely want to encourage you to continue pushing, man. I'm excited for you, and I want to commend you for just having the grit and determination, man, to get out here and not just kind of settle for being an agent or being a wholesaler. You had a bigger dream for yourself, and you got after it, you pursued it despite whatever challenges you face, man. So keep getting after it, brother.
Thank you, Rob, and thank you for everything you've been teaching me and all the advice along the way.
Good stuff, man. That's a wrap.
God bless.